Okay, hello everyone. Let me introduce my group in this presentation. My name is Hodairiyah and my partner are Asmoni and Mas Adi. We are from PT-PGRI Sumenep. Today we are going to discuss about the improving teacher ability in the classroom management post-COVID pandemic at Integrated Islamic Elementary School in Pangarangan, Sumenep. As we know, the teacher have an important role in determining the quality of learning and teaching that will be implemented. Thus, the teacher must be prepared and make a plan carefully. It is to improve learning and ability and improve the quality of student learning in classroom. Teachers are required to have the ability to manage classes as well as the teaching and learning process in improving student understanding of learning so that students have the will to learn. Therefore, classroom management is so important for teacher. Whether new teacher or old teacher who already have experience in the learning process. They pay full attention so that students can learn optimally in the class. Because they have a desire that student can learn well so that they enjoy the learning process in the village. The teaching and learning process will be seen clearly in the classroom, but the thumb of the aspect of students with all their abilities. Students with background and potential method and approaches used, curriculum used, and material with all sources used will meet and process into one in the classroom when they interacted. Thus, the result of the learning process will be determined by what happened in the classroom. Thus, the teacher should be able to manage the class well with the aim of creating optimally learning activities. Thus, the research will be discussed about the classroom management and improving the ability of teachers in Integrated Islamic Elementary School in Pangarangan, Sumenep, which occurred after the COVID pandemic. This study aims to determine the classroom management system and the ability of teachers in post-pandemic classroom management, because students will experience different or transition of learning from online learning to offline learning, where the students have gone through a period of online learning for approximately 3 years, so that with the transition of learning process will be slightly different when it is done offline, where the teacher is required to have stimulation also that the student first will want to follow the lesson as it should. Thus, the teachers or the researcher are interested in bringing up the title of improving teacher ability in class management after the COVID pandemic. It is exactly an integrated Islamic elementary school in Pangarangan, Sumenep. The method of this study used a descriptive qualitative approach. Qualitative research is a research project that produces the descriptive data in the form of written or spoken word from people and observe the behavior. Descriptive research is research that seeks to describe a symptom, event, and it is happening now. In this study, where the data is collected in phenomena and filtered under the appropriate condition, it is referred as a natural data collection. In this study, the data were collected by observation, interview, and documentation. The Integrated Islamic Elementary School teacher, Sumenep District, is an informant who provides statistical information regarding class management and teacher ability after the COVID pandemic. The researcher used various data analysis approaches, including data collection, data reduction, and data display. Location this research takes place in the Integrated Islamic Elementary School, which is located on Pangarangan, Sumenep District. There are 3 results and discussion for our researcher. The first is ice-breaking. Ice-breaking is so important for teachers to improving learning process, because students are the main goal in learning to be given material. However, giving the material to students It's not easy to eat and accept and understand well by many students. The personal teacher helps for concept or strategies to provide an understanding of the material being taught. The provision of post-pandemic graphic material to students by the teacher is more conducive than before during the COVID pandemic outbreak. This is taught construct to current classroom activity and management. During the COVID pandemic, teaching and learning activities were carried only online with the control of learning in the hands of student parents. Thus, online learning makes a child more spoiled and depend on their parents. Thus, online classroom management doesn't make the learning process conducive but our control. Thus, this learning process makes a student more focused and can be managed well by a teacher. Thus, the teacher is able to control the learning process in classroom well. So, to create a conducive teaching and learning process, the teacher has a special strategy before the teaching and learning process begins. The strategy is used to provide a stimulus or aim to the first student enthusiasm in learning. Second is participate in the teacher training and workshop. The teacher is one of the important media in children's learning that provide knowledge and initial understanding of a material, so that the teacher are required to have many strategies in providing method so that students feel happy and participating in the teaching and learning process in the classroom. Professional teacher always take part in various kind of training and teacher training in order to improve their ability in learning. Training or workshop is a training medium held by an agency to provide a service regarding training in learning. The training here is intended to provide a teacher with the knowledge and insight related to the teaching and learning process. The integrated Islamic elementary school teachers in improving their ability to manage classroom, they must attend various training or special teacher training to gain new insight and knowledge about learning. This is because the teaching and learning process is a dynamic process. Therefore, it is mandatory for all teachers to continue learning through their participation in first teacher meetings as well as training and training held by each agency in order to improve the teaching ability of a teacher. The third result is the apply first methods. Applying first method is one of the teacher's strategies in improving self-efficacy in classroom management. The methods used by teachers vary widely. This means that the use method in this classroom used by the teacher is not limited to one only method, but can be replaced with other method. The teaching method is very important thing that every teacher must have. The teaching method is a tool used for it and adapted to the circumstance or condition. The learning method is the teacher strategy that must be owned as the control and controlling the class to be more effective for their process of learning. The method is also one of the things that must be owned by the teacher to improve their ability of their teaching. Okay, and the last conclusion, our discussion for today is that the teacher is most important part in the class regulate the course of learning process. Thus, the teacher has an obligation or the control and condition for the class, an effective and conducive classroom. Likewise, the teacher in the integrated Islamic elementary school, they have an obligation to improve their ability to manage classroom. The method of strategy used by the integrated Islamic elementary school in the Pangarangan, Sumenep, their teacher have to manage the class for the effective and conductive by providing a speaking or game before starting learning. Furthermore, the teacher also provides different in a method teaching by taking students out for the outdoor in a classroom, or meaning that learning is carried out outdoor with the introduction to environment or the natural environment. It's time to increase the student in for enthusiasm so that student want to learn again. After the ice breaking is done in the class, student able to be controlled again and the class become conducive as should be. Okay, this is our presentation and thank you for your attention, and the last I say see you.